What's up guys, I'm Blaster here, and today we're going to be talking about Dragon Ball Super, once again Dragon Ball Super episode 100. And first I just want to congratulate everyone, congratulate the whole fandom, congratulations to everyone and to Dragon Ball Supers, the animators, the whole Dragon Ball team, that we finally reached this point, episode 100, after 2 years of watching Dragon Ball Super. We finally got here, guys. Finally, we did it. Dragon Ball Super episode 100. We're here, guys, after exactly 2 years, pretty much. I think the anniversary of Dragon Ball Super, the 2-year anniversary, was just like 10 days ago or so, at July 5th, and now we're here, 2 years of Dragon Ball Super, and we're here at episode 100, and DBZ had like 300 something episodes, but still, Dragon Ball Super reaching 100 episodes was not something we all thought, and still, it's gonna keep going, and it's gonna reach at least episode 200 from what I think. So yeah, guys, anyway, let's start with episode 100 and what actually happened in this crazy beautiful berserker episode. So last episode we left off with where Krillin got knocked out in episode 99, and that's where we get everyone's talking, Gohan and everyone's talking. They're like, well, guess it looks like Krillin got knocked out, now we have 9 warriors. Finally we have a warrior knocked out, so we just have to be careful. And Gohan's the leader, obviously. He's like, we have to be careful, we can't let our guard down. And it's like, okay, Piccolo, Master Roshi, Tien, and what's his name, Gohan, are all in a circle, and they're getting ready to fight and fighting, keep on fighting. And Gohan's like, let's do this. And then we go on to, I think Vegeta is still fighting Megata and Botama, the combined version, Mega Botama, something like that. And then they're fighting, Vegeta's fighting that, and Megata is not being hurt by those disgraces that were in last tournament. He doesn't have any effect because Megata's ears are covered by Botama, so that won't work. And Vegeta's having a little bit of trouble. I mean, if he went in 2% blue, he could easily demolish Megata and Botama, but he's not. And on the other hand, we have Kale with I think we also show Hit. Well, they show a lot of people. They show Hit. He's just like in there fighting Nerama from Universe 3, that annoying robot. I mean, I just don't like that Universe 3. I mean, it's kind of cool, kind of like Transformers, but I don't really like the idea of so many robots. And Hit got Hit totally demolished that robot guy, and he had this final blast, but Hit demolished that too with his time skip. And Universe 3 is doomed. I don't think they're really gonna have that much chances in this tournament with people like Hit, Jiren, Goku, and Vegeta, and Gohan, all these guys, Topo. I don't think Universe 3 has a chance. Just like Universe 9, I think they're gonna get knocked out soon. And then we, like I was saying, then they show Kale, the main part of this episode, the berserker. She's in a normal form, and in her normal form she is nothing, guys. Like, she is literally nothing. She's getting the crap beat out of her by these 2 weak guys. I mean, the guy from Universe 10, Nappa, the pink guy, he's not that strong, but still, I mean, he's pretty strong, but he's not that strong. So she's getting beaten up by this other red guy, weird looking guy, like some bug looking guy, and Nappa. They're beating her up really badly, like using her as a punching bag. And we've had scenes like this in Dragon Ball before, so it's not really hard to watch, because I mean, we had worse scenes. So yeah, she's getting thrown on, then they throw her away. But then obviously Khalifa comes to save the day, and Khalifa's like, how dare you hurt my protege, I'm about to beat you guys up, and I'm gonna make you guys cry. She goes in her Super Saiyan form. I like that, seeing a female Super Saiyan always just gets you excited, kind of, we're seeing a female Super Saiyan in live in action, just crazy, guys, what I mean, female Super Saiyan fighting, and she really does kick ass. She literally destroys both of them for what they did to Kale. And Khalifa then says, Kale, I believe in you, but you need to get up and kind of, open your eyes or you're gonna get knocked out. And that's right. And in her normal form, Kale is a loser, but she still needs to keep up, so Universe 6 has a chance. And then she's like, how about me and you together go beat up that other guy? And they're talking about Goku, as Goku's fighting the instant transmission guy, the pink guy that Goku, the yard rat, Goku's fighting him, and he's doing instant transmission and going all around Goku. And Goku's not really having trouble, he's just sitting around, just not really paying attention. But then Khalifa comes and knocks him out, and she's like, forget him, fight me and me. And then Goku's like, who are you? And she's like, well, I saw you transform into a Super Saiyan form that I've never seen before, because she only has Super Saiyan 1 and she kind of has Super Saiyan 2. She's like interested in, as we heard in the spoiler, she's interested to go Super Saiyan Blue. Goku's like, well, I would teach you, but you're not ready. And he's totally right, because she doesn't even know how to go Super Saiyan 2 completely. And then, him and Goku keep talking, and she's like, oh yeah, well, I'm pretty good. She goes into, guess what form she goes into? She goes fat and powers up, and the muscles power up, and like everything goes huge. And That's the Super Trunks, Super Vegeta, that super form that even Goku did, but it's really slow, as we know. Same here. She tries to attack Goku, and Goku's in Super Saiyan 1, which is really strong. Goku Super Saiyan 1 is really strong, but still, Khalifa should be able to take it on, but no, she's too slow, and Goku's like, this form is too slow. What you need is Super Saiyan 2, and he powers up into Super Saiyan 2 with that lightning, and you can tell by the hair all spread out in his forehead, and then he's spiky, you can tell it's Super Saiyan 2, and he has lightning around him. He's like, you need this form, and Khalifa actually knows this form, as we saw her fight Kale in that one episode, and she's like, I've seen this form, this is the form I turned into, and I don't remember how to. And I wonder, does Kaba have this form, guys? Because if Kaba doesn't have this form, guys, I'm really disappointed. After a year of training and calling Vegeta's master, and I had a lot of hope for that guy. I mean, he does have potential, just like Khalifa. He should know how to go Super Saiyan 2, and he should definitely know how to go Super Saiyan 2 in this tournament. And Khalifa goes Super Saiyan 2 after seeing Goku turn Super Saiyan 2. She goes Super Saiyan 2, and Goku's like, well, you know how to go Super Saiyan 2, that's pretty good, but you might actually be, by the look of this, you might be able to go Super Saiyan 3. And I love when Goku's explaining all this Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3 to her, because it's kind of like, you see that potential in Khalifa, that she could eventually get Super Saiyan 3, and that would be cool to see. But Goku's like, but that's for later. It would be kind of weird if she did turn Super Saiyan 3 right away. No, she's gonna need some practice with Super Saiyan 2, and her and Goku do go at it. They get into it, and with Super Saiyan 2 power, and it's a pretty crazy battle. They're going here to here, they're going to walks and stuff, and Khalifa's having fun, Goku's having fun. She's kind of like Goku. She kind of like, this reminded me like Goku. How Kaba and Vegeta were fighting. This is like Goku's student, Goku's protege, Khalifa, and protege. Khalifa's real protege, Kale. She's on the side, and she's seeing this, and she gets mad. This is where it gets interesting. She's like, actually, before I go into it, I want to mention one more thing. Vegeta was fighting Megata and Gotama. I think he beats them, but then Kawa comes out of nowhere, out of the smoke, and this part's pretty cool because he literally knocks these two guys easily out, and then he turns Super Saiyan 1. I don't know if he has Super Saiyan 2, but he does seem to be really confident, and I think he has something hidden, obviously, because if he knows how strong Vegeta is, and he won't just come at Vegeta with the expectation to beat him if he doesn't have a new form or anything. So yeah, guys, that's kind of, I think he has something hidden, because he's seen Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, so he wouldn't just say that out of nowhere. And okay, let's go back to what I was talking about. Kale is getting mad and jealous. That's what, she has really feelings that she gets hurt fast, and she's like, no, because Khalifa is not paying attention to her, and she's fighting with Goku, and she's not even looking at Kale, and no one's paying attention to Kale, and she feels really sad, and then she goes powering up, and then everyone pays attention to her. Everyone literally in the whole freaking arena, sorry my language, because I'm excited, guys. When I'm excited I talk fast, and this episode was 100, and it was crazy, guys. So Khalifa powers up, and Kale powers up, and everyone's looking. Khalifa and Goku stop fighting, Kaba and Vegeta stop fighting, and they show everyone's face. Everyone's like looking. Jiren, the Tide Troopers, Frieza, and 117, everyone's looking at this, and she's just going crazy. She's powering up, and she goes into that Broly form, and that form is interesting, where Vegeta states that this form is not a normal Super Saiyan, and now we know that the Broly form, forget that. This is a homage to Broly, definitely, but this is not really a Super Saiyan form, Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2. It has nothing to do with that. This is another whole form, because Vegeta's like, this might be the true form of a Super Saiyan, a true Super Saiyan. And guys, you gotta think about that. That means this form is more to it than we thought, I think this form is like, a lot of people are saying this is like evolution form that is more better in fighting than Super Saiyan of Goku and Vegeta. Like Goku and Vegeta have to go Super Saiyan 2, then they have to go Super Saiyan 3, but this form has all of that power in one strength. That's what I think. Like this form is ready to fight like one of the best Super Saiyan forms. Like I think this form on its own is like a god form, but I will spend more time in like another video talking about that. For right now, I think that. So let's go on, because I'm gonna make this short, like I said, but this is getting long. It's because the episode has so much, guys. And Khalifa, for the rest of the episode, Khalifa's trying to stop Kale, but Kale's going on a rampage, beating up Goku, and Goku in Super Saiyan 2 is literally not really having any effect. And then Goku has to go Super Saiyan Blue, and he does a Kamehameha wave with Super Saiyan Blue, and Kale literally walks through it. Kale actually walks through it. That was an homage to Broly. And don't take it too much to your head, guys, because remember, Krillin took on Super Saiyan Blue, and 117 took on Super Saiyan Blue, so a lot of shit like that happens in Dragon Ball Super that makes no sense. And Kale is pretty strong and crazy, but doesn't mean she's stronger than Super Saiyan Blue or anything. I mean, that's just to show you her craziness and giving that homage of Broly walking through the Kamehameha. And she grabs Goku's face and she throws him, and she starts screaming, and then I think she knocked one of the Universe 11 Pride Troopers out. This weird lizard looking guy. He was trying to stop her, and she literally knocked him out, like with just like the air of her punch. He knocks him out because they show Omni King saying that this guy's out, and I'm like, shit, she's strong. And everyone's noticing because she screams and her voice literally shakes the whole arena, makes cracks everywhere, and like rocks go everywhere. And we get that beautiful scene with her standing on top of the rock and cliff, and then energy coming out of her, and everyone's literally scared. And Vegeta's like, what is this monster? Another homage, Vegeta looking at Broly, just like that. And you know, Goku's surprised at this power. Everyone, the Pride Troopers are looking at her and how strong her voice is. Toppo's like, this is just her voice is doing this much damage. And this scene looks beautiful, guys. Like air is going everywhere. Everyone's getting flown off. Energy blasts from Kale are literally flying everywhere, knocking people down. And this is just crazy, guys. And then Jiraiya steps out of nowhere. Jiraiya steps in the arena, and he's like, I can't let this go on. Like, I can't let this shit go on. Like, this girl needs to stop. This monster needs to stop. And he literally, like, everyone's having so much trouble with Kale. Super Saiyan Blue wasn't really enough to do a lot of damage. And this guy, Jiraiya, literally stops her with just one energy blast. He makes her go flying because she's coming at like Caulifla. I don't know what she was doing, but she's crazy, so she can't really sense. She's just going everywhere, and Jiraiya literally stops her, comes out of nowhere, and literally blows her away. He literally blows her away with one energy blast. Guys, I'm sorry I talk really fast, but I'm excited, guys. I'm trying to make this short for you guys because you guys don't. I'm pretty sure no one likes watching 13 minutes, 12 minutes reviews, so I'm trying to keep this short. And Jiraiya literally knocks her up, and this is crazy. You gotta realize how strong is this guy. When they said he's stronger than God of Destructions, I didn't really believe it at first, but seeing what this guy does, it's just crazy, guys. He literally knocked her out so easily when Goku and everyone else was having so much trouble. And then we have this cool moment where Hit realizes who Jiraiya is, and he's like, oh shit, and he's like, he takes out his hands and he's serious. He's like, you. He literally says you, and you have Hit and Jiraiya stare down. And then what's cool is you get Goku in there too. Goku's standing on the side, and he comes and he's like, oh, both of my rivals are here. I mean, you don't have Vegeta, but you have Hit and Jiraiya, the two main guys, one of the two main guys of this tournament. And then you have Goku looking at them too. And then, I mean, Hit runs away because he's smart. He knows that Jiraiya is, you know, dangerous. So him and Caulifla leave because then, you don't. Unlike Goku, Hit knows not to get in a lot of trouble until the end of the tournament because we need to survive as one universe. And Goku's a little bit crazy, and he is going to take on Jiraiya. But we know in the spoilers, if you knew, Hit doesn't. And in episode 101's preview, we see that Hit and Goku Jiraiya and Goku do not fight because he sends one of his 5 of his Pride Troopers to fight instead of him. And yeah, that's where the episode kind of ends. Goku and Jiraiya are about to face off, but I mean, I guess the other 5 Pride Troopers will take on Universe 7 in next episode 101. Guys, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna shut this right now because this is getting long. So guys, I hope you enjoyed episode 100. We finally did it. Episode 100, we're here, guys. We're here. We finally crossed that, and let's hope we get to 200, 300. And yeah, guys. So I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and comment, and share. And peace out.